So the mascot is the midgets, and it's the most offensive drawing of a little person.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And it's so funny. And there's a news article about it from 2005 where they interviewed. There's 5 little people who showed up to protest, and then they're asked the townspeople about it.
They're out there with Post-it notes on toothpicks.
Yeah.
Counts for 2.5 real people.
Yeah, and they're like
they were in a trench coat.
So rascal style.
Yeah. Social media handles and any shows or anything you want to plug?
So Ryan Ballard Comedy and then City Dads Podcast. So that's going to be the new thing. And then a show's coming up April 4th and 5th with Kristen. I'm going to fuck up her last name. Let's double check this shit. You probably know her. She's from Chicago.
Maybe.
Kristen Toomey.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very, very funny Kristen Toomey. Check her out on Instagram. But she'll be down here doing Sneakies and Mississippi Culture April 4th and 5th. So, yeah. And then City Dads Podcast.
I'm a ghost online, but I'm a real person. You want social security number? What do you want?
If you could.
So 411.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty. It's not something that I realized I would miss, was not having to do social media.
It's so fucking worse.
And I really do hate it because I don't understand it. And I just I got out of the military and I went to school to learn how to do this, camera angles and microphones and audio and stuff like that. And what I really wished I would have done is gone to school to learn how to do this. Because this is so much more important than anything else. Because if you don't understand the algorithms and it's dumb, and I can't figure it out.
It's the worst midlife crisis to have.
It's so insane
to be like, can you follow me on Instagram? I'm almost 40, and I have to ask people to be like, will you follow me on Instagram so I can work?
I wanted to record a sketch series of my daughter teaching me how to use social media. And then every time I go to promote a show, I'm like a 16-year-old girl, what's up, guys? So this weekend I'll be at the Westport Funny Bone. August.
Smash that like button.
Come on.
My son, he's grown up on YouTube, and he talks like YouTubers. He doesn't.
It's terrible.
It's the worst. He's like, epic. Everything's fucking epic, and everything's it's I'm like, you're talking to nobody right now.
My daughter did that when she was little. She would hold up the phone and be like, hey, guys, make sure you... And it was just sitting on my wife's phone. I think Nate Bargatze has a bit about it, but I was like... but that was funny. And then my son, he's just recently... I don't know where he got this from, but every time somebody does something or hands him something, he'll be like, thanks, blood. And I'm like, buddy, I'm not entirely sure we're allowed to say that.
You're a white kid from Cape Girardeau.
Yeah, first of all, we look much better in blue, okay? And second of all, I don't know. And he was like, he just shrugs it off and then keeps going.
No.
Yeah.
We're taking it back, Dad.
Yeah. Jeez. He called me Big Back the other day, and I was like, all right, man. I've never fought a 9-year-old, but yeah. I was eating chicken wings, and I guess I was getting pretty into it. And he came around the corner, and he just goes, knick-knack, big back, knick-knack, big back, my dad eats the bones. Like that. And I was like, damn.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. Your 9-year-old sounds cool as shit.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty dope.
Way cooler than me.
Yeah, he's caught a few charges, but, he's...
He's good kid. He'll get it figured out.
So you said that you're here to promote the City Dads podcast, right?
Yeah,
it's a new podcast you guys are starting up.
We're trying to check all the boxes of a sad white guy's midlife crisis and starting a podcast in our near 40s. And
Hey, welcome to the club, guys.
If there's one thing I've learned in 39 years on this earth, it's just there's not enough podcasts.
Yeah.
I think
If
plenty of room for one more.
If only we were like, I think doing one is somewhat unambitious of you guys. I think you should do four podcasts. I think that's what we need. That's what the world needs. Right. No, but it's explain the idea.
It's a comedy podcast, right? It's a comedy podcast, but we are big STL City SC fans. We season ticket holders. We go to the games. Just something to kind of target. We'll talk about weekly recaps, look at the future games, have some stupid bits, but just mainly, what was the word you used today?
Shithousery.
So, we'll talk a little soccer, but then it'll just mainly be us. And then we have another host, Brent, who is the stepdad of all stepdaddies out there. So that'll be good. So just
stepdad of all stepdaddies out there.
Yeah, he's out there. So we'll be the three of us just talking shit and talking about soccer a bit and having a good time. So it's just going to start here.
Yeah. I'm the quintessential soccer guy, just overly obnoxious, and so I imagine it'll be a lot of Ryan and Brent pulling that back.
Yeah. He's also the slowest out of the three of us, and he played Division III soccer. It's pretty sad.
The slowest, like physically or mentally? Okay.
You guys want to have your producers fact check that?
So
I was just for a brief second I thought you meant mentally.
No,
and
no,
I was
no,
like, well, all right, Ryan. Okay,
that's
guy's not even here to defend himself, and he's like, no, this guy's dumb, but he was a soccer player, so we let him in.
Yeah, no, it'll be mainly us fanboying out about how fit soccer players are, and just how by far the sexiest of the professional athletes out there. Their abs are insane.
Yeah.
I mean, they're okay, I guess, but they're not my type, personally. No, so the whole idea behind this podcast is anytime somebody says something's the best, it's just their opinion, right? There's no way to prove it scientifically and whether it doesn't matter at all in the slightest. So I thought I would have you guys come in. I'll ask you some best questions, who, what, where, when, why is the best, and then you give your answer. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. And then we have like a fun little debate back and forth. But I thought since you guys are soccer guys, I would ask, what is the best rule you could add to soccer to make it more entertaining?
Shirts and skins.
Shirts and
You're not
skins.
making big enough. You go bottoms.
Bottoms.
Yeah,
Do it like the ancient Greeks played. just
I do think
no clothes, just cleats. Hey,
lots of baby oil. Yeah, I think that's fair. That would bring something to the game.
We appoint Diddy as the commissioner of the Major Soccer League. I think you're on to something.
The first person to come out with Diddy Lube, for sure, is going to make a killing. Well, what do you say? You know the sport.
No one is interested in that. But there is something about soccer uniforms that's lacking. I don't back in like the 90s, they would wear the most god awful, like biggest, baggiest things, and I played defense, and I am slow. All that is just shit for me to grab onto. So I think like at least spandex, like skin tight.
Get Lululemon, the sponsor.
Lululemon, that's fair.
That's
okay. That'd be funny. Okay, what if they were out there in like morph suits? You know those things that like cover your face and zip up in the back, like a Spider-Man outfit. Like
we're getting closer. Gimp suit, I think.
That would be.
Ball gag and
I mean, the overheat factor would be insane. You'd lose 50.
You'd have to up the subs.
You'd have to.
Up the subs. Yeah, you're not going to get a full 90 minutes.
So what I was thinking, and this is someone who knows nothing about soccer. I've played maybe 6 games my entire life, including kindergarten. All right. I thought in order to make it more entertaining, every player gets a time limit for how long they can be on the ground. So every player gets 45 seconds per game. After that, you get a yellow card, right? But cramps happen. You're going to go down. So if you're sitting there and you get like someone takes out your shin and you start to cramp up on the ground, but you've already had your 45 seconds, you have to hobble to the sideline, and then someone else runs in, kind of like hockey. Keep it going.
Indoor soccer
changes.
Whereas you have shifts of players, and it just keeps the play going. And then at the end of the game, the team with the least amount of seconds on the ground gets, I don't know, like a free kick.
How stoned were you when you were thinking?
I don't know.
Because that is like an in-depth, like, that is somebody.
I'm sorry that I think about the things that, I'm sorry I do research.
That was you prep for the show. Like, I got to prep for these two assholes.
Well, I thought I'd bounce it off your heads because I don't know anything about soccer. But I think that would be kind of fun.
The amount of flops that happen in that, and they are cleaning that up.
Yeah, I like, not to blow it up. They did, like, literally last year make a new rule that if you stay on the ground for so long.
And I'm not one of those guys that are like, oh, they're flop. All they do is flop. Blah, 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 blah. First of all, soccer is maybe the hardest endurance sport ever.
It's insane.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can't, I know for a fact, if I had to run for 90 straight minutes, I'd be on the ground quite a bit.
Yeah, I
mean, and I don't care how good a shape you're in, how tough you are, you get a bad cramp, you're not running, right? If your calf seizes up, you're like, no, I'm going to lay here for a minute and just die.
I don't know. I can't lay in bed when I get a Charlie horse, so let alone try and run through it.
Oh, I get them while I sleep all the time, and you can feel it coming on, but if you flex your foot, it kind of goes away. And so I'll do that. Okay, all right, let's put it off. And then I wake up again, and after it wakes me up the third time, I'm like, all right, let's just let it ride. And I just cramp up.
Lean into it.
For 45 seconds and then just go back to sleep.
You could just stretch.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Who's got time?
Just keep a banana.
You know what I mean?
Keep a banana by the bed.
Two bananas.
Yeah, two. Yeah, it's
Don't touch that banana.
Yeah, no, that's the special banana. No. Okay, so, all right, guys.
Not going to talk about.
What's the best Gatorade flavor?
Gatorade.
You've asked this before. I've watched an episode.
I've watched it. I've asked. This is usually my starter question.
Can I guess what the most? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it.
Okay, so blue is the right answer, and I don't know what the flavor is.
Good.
I mean,
You're
there's
not a
so
cop.
many blues.
This is the answer that he wants is blue.
It is
Well,
blue.
no, just a color. If you answer with a specific flavor, you're a cop.
You're a
I'm a
cop.
fucking
I don't
cop.
know if you know that.
Lemon
Yeah.
lime. It's lemon lime. It's the original, the OG.
You're a cop.
I'm a fucking
Get out
cop.
here.
That's fine.
You're a cop.
I know I'm a narc.
You have
I get
to
it.
tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't tell us, it doesn't count.
I watched that and I saw that. That's bullshit. It's lemon lime. Why can't you call it lemon lime?
Yeah, I think the mic is picking up some feedback from your wire, officer. Yeah, sorry.
Just dump this.
Sorry.
on
Yeah. Be cool on your drive out of here, man.
you said lemon lime, so now you have to get naked so that we can make sure you're not
All right. That's fair. What's fair is
surreptitiously recording this recorded podcast.
I've asked that question probably 30 times before, and it's never ended with, all right, now you got to get naked. So from now on, if someone says lemon lime, be like, well, I hope you shaved today because it's going down. Okay, best TV mom.
Ooh, that's a great.
Best.
Best TV mom. That could mean whatever you want it to mean.
I see what it
Best
means.
is who keeps the house the cleanest, who probably cooked the best meals, who looks the best, who is the best accurate representation of a mom. It could be whatever you want it to be. See, these are layered. You think they're dumb, but they're layered.
Amy Matthews is up there for me. The
Yeah.
Boy Meets World. It's that
Top tier mom.
Like
Top tier
she's
mom.
a quality mom. She was like a good mom.
She was a good mom. She was a good looking mom. She
But-
kept the house in order.
What's the Married with Children? Why can't I not
Peggy?
think? Peggy.
Peg.
But yeah,
Peggy Bundy.
Peggy Bundy. Oh, I can't think of the actress name though.
Katie something, right? She's the same.
Yeah, she was on like 8 Simple Rules, and
I think this is her right here. Yeah.
She's up there for me as well, as far as like just funny, like just shitty mom.
It's so crazy to me, like watching that now, because she's just like this, like hypersexual, like she's attractive. You know what I mean? She's not an ugly mom. Like She's not an ugly wife.
Yeah.
And she's like throwing herself at Al, and he's just like, man, this old busted up piece of garbage. And I was like, dude, your wife's a banger, man. She's hot.
She's super hot.
There's several episodes where she's just like in lingerie, and Al's like, I wouldn't touch you if I had. And it's like, what?
She may have been hotter in 8 Simple Rules too, which was crazy. Like she was in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, and she was
a smoke show on that. She's very What do you got? What are your favorites?
TV moms, jeez. I mean, Roseanne, obviously,
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Overt racism notwithstanding. I think...
that's so weird because I was about to be like, that's the mom that I would get along with best.
You're right.
That's the mom whose parenting styles best match up with mine. Yeah, besides the racism, but like the just kind of like figure it out type or no, we're not, I'm not putting up with your bullshit today.
Any of the moms on like Saved by the Bell, just very absentee. They were never there.
I was just going to say. I
was about to say, I couldn't picture a single
not
mom
even sure
from
those
Saved by
kids
the Bell.
had
You get to
moms.
see Zach
Yeah.
Morris' mom like twice, and she was pretty hot. But like it was also
Well,
like
of course she was.
out of two. Well, yeah, look at Zach Morris. He had a kid somewhere.
Oh, man.
those blonde tips. Like any of those parents were pretty great because they were like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want. Southern, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, did Jesse's parents even know she was taking caffeine pills?
no, they weren't even involved. They didn't
Did they even know what was
didn't
going
even-
on
yeah.
with their own daughter?
fucking bullshit.
Up there taking 75 milligrams of caffeine. Meanwhile, you can buy a 250 milligram caffeinated energy drink at every gas
Did you
station
guys-
in America
Did
now.
you guys know Kelly Kapowski, like her whole Tiffany Amber Thiessen, like she's just on TikTok now making food, like, and it looks delicious. The hottest woman to ever live now is also an amazing cook.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say, like, dude, has Satan been reading my diary? Like, what is happening right now?
It's like this is too good to be true. This
You
is
just
like-
find me rotted away in a chair somewhere, just like 10 million hours of Kelly Kapowski cooking fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah, it's insane. That's most of my algorithm is that. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is fantastic. I can't believe that she's better in real life than on Saved by the Bell.
And then, and then they're like, normally we make a dessert, but today I asked my good friend Topanga to come in, and you're like, no! Take all my money.
Gonna have to do some laundry. This is.
Oh, man. Okay. Best way to tell if somebody's a bad person. Examples up here: littering, drinking while pregnant, pushing just abandoning your shopping carts.
I want to say friends with Ryan.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good way.
Number one with a bullet.
Yeah.
You're friends with
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
You've made some terrible choices.
Haven't we all, man?
Yeah, it's not good. Here's the thing, though.
That's so funny because you're starting a podcast with him.
Yeah.
To be like, if you're friends with this guy, it's like, well, we're getting into business together.
Yeah.
The best way to tell if you're a bad person. I don't know. Shopping cart to me is just shitty. I don't know why.
I can't. That's,
Do you know, I completely disagree with you fools. I used to get carts. Like, my first job was working at Schnucks, bagging groceries, getting carts. And I just kind of look at that as job security. Like, every time I push a cart and just leave it in a parking space, I go, some poor 16-year-old schmuck is going to be able to come and get this because of me.
No, absolutely not. Oh, I can't stand that.
All right, then go to Aldi. Get the quarter.
Oh, that pisses me off too. That pisses me. I can't stand that. It's like, what if I don't have a quarter?
Then you don't get a cart.
This is how I knew I grew up too religious. Is that if I am at Aldi and then somebody asks for my cart, I feel like a bad person if I accept their quarter. I'm like, no, I don't deserve your quarter.
Oh, I make them show me the quarter first.
Show me the quarter.
I paid a quarter for this cart. I'm getting
don't
it
take
back.
another step without showing me
Right.
that
I
fucking
still
quarter.
don't. I don't go to Aldi enough to really understand how it works. And the quarter
Hashtag
is
over
what
here.
keeps me out.
Must be nice.
Yeah, must
The
be.
quarter is what keeps me away
Didn't know
because
this
I'm
podcast
not
was
going to
doing
know
so
the
good.
quarter etiquette. And so, if someone was like, "Hey, will you put this card away?" I'd be like, "Yeah," and then I would leave both of our quarters there. I would just be like, "I don't know what really happened." But
Jackpot.
And you were a
my
Marine,
dreams.
correct?
Yeah,
that checks out.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. As soon as math got involved, I'm like, wait, no, no, thank you, no, thank you.
So here's the thing: drinking while pregnant, not good.
You know what? It's it's a little strange to me. The number of women I've had on here that see that and go, well, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Think about any guy though. There's not one man in the world that would have made that. Like if I was pregnant, I'm jumping on trampolines and smoking crack. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's every Wednesday, like you normally do.
I'm a human experiment right now. I gotta see.
I'm gonna make a super baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what all the variables can go into.
I'm drinking the ooze that made the Ninja Turtles big. Let's see what happens. Let's get fired up, boys. Like,
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even realize that was a pregnant. I just thought people who don't drink.
It looks like it kind of looks like a bloated guy though. Like they just got done eating too much.
My red wine belly.
My belly looks like that after
wine
dinner.
belly. They got one of those blotchy, bulbous noses. They're like, what happened to you?
Like I don't want to look too far into the future, but I know that's coming for me. So.
Littering is something that drives me insane.
It
depends on what
Littering's
it
awful.
is. If it is paper, or if it's like, okay, I'm not gonna do it, but I'm not gonna judge you that much. But like a 2-liter bottle of soda or whatever, like an empty 2-liter or something like that's wild to me.
It's going to end up on the ground either way, though. You're right. Like it's going to end up in the ground somewhere or on the ground or in the ocean. So I
heard the other day that only like 20% of recycling actually gets recycled. Everything else just goes straight to the dump. And I was like, what are we doing? Like what? I don't like to get political or anything, but it's like, what? Okay, then what are we doing? Like, what?
It's just hands up and join the ride, baby.
Yeah. Where's it all going? Like, what?
This is my take on recycling and trash. I got 2 massive trash cans, wife and 2 kids. It's a lot of trash in my house. It's whatever's open, like whatever I have room in, is where this refuse is going. I don't care anymore. You know,
we separate it, but that's what pisses me off is that my wife is like a stickler for like you separate this goes in this bin and this goes in this bin.
Does she check?
And so there's times where like I'm out there sorting shit.
That's the problem.
And
though,
then
like a pizza box, right? Like if you have any grease on that pizza box, it's not going to be accepted at the recycling center. It'll be pushed away and put back into this. So it's like it's.
Okay, well then maybe it's not all our fault,
right,
but it's like.
But that's what like I do. I recycle just so again I feel like I'm a decent human being. Just
Yes.
be like I have the recycling.
Like beer
bin.
cans. Put beer cans in the beer.
I'm trying. At least I'm doing.
it's virtue signaling, right? Like you're just
I mean, I don't consider it that because, except for right now, I don't talk about it publicly. Like I just do, you know what I mean? Like it's in my garage and I just do it.
Okay, but if someone comes over to your house and they go, "Hey, do you guys recycle?" If you say no, you're gonna feel like a piece of crap.
I guess
You would.
But even then, I'd be like, yeah, so I've had that situation before where someone's like, "Hey, do you guys recycle?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll just take it." And then I take it, and I like rinse it out or something and put it on the counter, and then later I'll go and do it.
Yeah, but you know.
But
you know you're a
I
piece
will
of
say,
garbage.
but also I will say that like most things in my life, I do it because my wife wants to do it.
Yeah.
And that is how 90% of my life goes, you know? And it's just okay.
We live in a neighborhood where you have to pay like an extra $15 a month to recycle. So there's literally 3 houses in our neighborhood.
You got an HOA?
No, it's not.
No?
It's a real small, town, and it's in the middle of nowhere. A lot of whites. A lot of whites.
A lot of whites.
Too many whites.
I'm not sure why you capitalized the H on
Almost all.
that.
But like, so there is some virtue signaling for me where I'm like, well, I'm one of the 3 houses that fucking recycle. There's many houses that recycle as they have flagpoles in the yard, right? Like there's.
Okay. All right.
I know you're a Marine. But could you ever put a flagpole in your fucking
That's
yard?
actually what I would like to add here.
Okay, if you have a flagpole, if you've installed a
Terrible.
flagpole.
Terrible. I can tell you this. I don't know if I'm not going to say you're a bad person, but I'm not going to talk to you.
Well, I can't stand it because there's specific rules that you
Right,
are
right.
that you
And no
are-
one follows
Yeah,
those.
and nobody follows them, and it drives me insane. It's like, okay, you're virtue signaling. Hey, look at me. I'm on this team, blah, 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 flying my flag. But it's also, you're being the most disrespectful to anyone who understands it at all.
And where we're at currently, that flag should probably be at half-mast most of the time.
Yeah.
What, are we going to put it down for every school shooting? That's fucking ridiculous. We're not going to do that.
Yeah. No, you just got to lower your standards. You could raise it in most days and be like, what happened? Well, my daughter got a B on her physics test today. Like, let's go ahead.
That cancels out Jimmy Carter's death.
And we're in another war. All right.
You should be able to fly your flag
For personal victories.
at the appropriate level of freedom you're feeling that
Okay,
day.
well, what if every family got their own flag? Then you fly it on special occasions. You know what I mean? Like birthdays, anniversaries, big announcements, the birth of a grandchild. You get out there.
Yeah.
No, it's just that's the point. You gave yourself a chore. Why are you giving yourself extra chores? That's why I don't want to hang out.
Well, it wouldn't be an everyday thing.
It's not even like the patriotic thing. It's like, why the fuck are
That's
you?
the full explanation. Is if you care enough to like go through that,
and not
I
like
just don't want to be friends with
not like the little clip that's on the front of the house. It's like a full blown.
We've
yeah.
got a
Flagpole.
neighbor that has a standalone in the front yard,
yeah.
nonetheless.
I'm sure
Full,
it was.
whatever 20-foot flagpole. Insane.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so in my in-laws' neighborhood, there's a guy. He's a single guy, and he does the most Christmas decorations. Like the most, like a giant 20-foot Santa.
We've met gay people before, right?
Yeah,
It's
but he's supposedly like I
Gay is great.
Yeah.
Single guy doing a whole bunch of Christmas decorations. Gay is like the best thing you're hoping for there.
Right. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
piece of shit, right? Like that's my answer. That's how I know. If you're a single male that puts that many Christmas decorations in your yard, like I fucking hate you. And he does Halloween, he does all of it. Does every fucking thing. Easter, it's a whole spectacle. Who's this for? What are you doing?
I mean, I don't
Look,
know.
I can only hope that you'll edit this to where Ryan just said that gay people are the is how you tell them.
That's how you know. Yeah.
If they like their own genitalia.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
That is-
On to the
Hey,
next
we got
one.
another- Oh wait, I do have one for this. People who can't merge correctly, properly, in the right fashion.
Oh, yeah.
It is the one I was sitting here thinking and stewing about it actually for the last like 5 minutes. That's all. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. People so wait, what is the correct way to merge?
Zipper merge.
All the
Zipper
way to
merge,
the you go all the way to
all
you
the
have
way to the top, and then you'll merge. And if everyone does that,
Well, it's like, but you have nerds out there who used to line up early for recess too. You know, they're like, I'm going to be first in line at recess.
Yeah.
Like, you dumb
line up
shit.
whenever you want.
Yeah, like we're all going to have to go back to class, you dumb fucking nerd. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
You dumb nerd. Well, you want playtime to be over early, you dumb
Yeah,
nerd.
right? This is the best part of the day. Why are you guys trying to end it early? What's going on with you?
Yeah. If we all take our time and walk back to the line.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I feel like you probably should have been, but in front of that line for extra reading.
I can't.
Can we
read.
get back in there and learn some more stuff, please?
Yeah, I should have been. Yeah,
should have been.
teachers are gonna be like, you don't get to go to recess,
is what
Ryan.
happened.
You still can't read yet. You're a fucking senior in high school. Look,
2 L's in Ballard, Ryan. 2 L's. Damn it.
look, where's there time for reading when you got to learn about God in school? You know, like that's
It's a fair
I'm
point.
just picturing an angel trying to get you how to teach you how to read or whatever. And he's just frustrated. He's at like the whiteboard and just like, ugh. He's just like bending his halo. No, we'll go over this one more time. It's only okay when they say it. You know, like, he's just being so frustrated with you.
Lutheran schools, kids.
Yeah,
Check them out.
You did spell it right, yes, but
Yes.
I'm not going to read it out loud.
Which endangered animal do you think would taste the best? Some interesting options on there. And you don't have to go with any of these options. If you know of one that hasn't made my little picture grid down there,
Is that a butterfly?
it is.
Are butterflies
They're
endangered?
Apparently that one is.
We're going to want to fact check that.
Yeah. Which is the worst answer of all time. I mean, you can't. Think about it. It's just empty calories. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just,
Man,
and
I'm
you
just-
could eat 10,000 of them you could destroy an ecosystem in a commercial break. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's my
Fair.
thing.
That's
Like
a good point.
I would just sit there and
You like,
watching a rerun of The Office, and next thing you know, the rainforest is gone because I ate all the monarch butterflies.
Yeah, that's. I think think I want something with a little more maybe fat on it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
So
let's
you
go
going?
like,
Are you going
like-
walrus or leatherback
Walrus
turtle?
is like a
Walrus is up there,
manatee. I feel like,
Like,
you
you're gonna-
smoke a
you're gonna
manatee.
smoke- you're
That's
gonna smoke a
gonna.
manatee.
Well, I'm
Yes.
thinking about like burn ends, like pork belly.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
You know, walrus
exactly.
belly.
Walrus
That
belly
would
would
be-
be pretty great.
I think it would be pretty tender,
I-
pretty delicious.
Here's the thing. If I had my druthers, I'm going bald eagle, and I don't know how it's gonna taste. Maybe bald eagle eggs.
Bald eagle egg. That's what I was about to say.
Eggs?
Bald eagle egg would be a.
The price of bald eagle eggs right now is absolutely. You would be astonished, man. It is.
And I'm going to piss off my 3 neighbors with flagpoles if you eat a bald eagle.
Yeah,
egg.
exactly.
They're going to be upset.
Waffle House raised the price of bald eagle eggs by like $4 per egg, and it is absolutely insane. Yeah,
That would be a bald eagle egg. Would be a.
Bald eagle egg.
I have a 12 bald eagle egg omelet every morning, and be like, "Whoa, all right, he's doing pretty well." Okay, my goodness, guy likes protein.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think a fatty something I could smoke. What I don't know. What can we, like? Can you? You can kill elephants legally now in like Africa.
We're saying a lot of stuff that there's.
I was about
no
to be-
way
I was
this can
like-
be true.
No, here's the thing: is there's
Can we?
Here's the thing:
They're an invasive species.
No. So what they discovered is that like they're not going to stop. Like people are like, well, we got to kill. Like we want to kill them, and you're like, okay. So they let older elephants who are like on the end of their life. They literally, and these billionaires or millionaires will pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to hunt them. So it helps pay for conservation and stuff like that.
We should do that with people.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be
That'd be
fantastic.
fantastic. I would love to throw my grandma out there and be like, good luck.
I mean, I think so. I
It's going to charity, Grandma.
I
always-
always charity. You're already on your way out.
This
And
is
you've said a
cancer
lot-
research.
Okay.
You
You've
said
said
you
a
want to
lot
help
of
people.
You've said a lot of racist things in your life. I don't know.
what if we combine this with the bad people question and say, all right, everybody, once a year, everybody gets 3 strikes. At the end of 3 strikes, we take out your oldest living relative. All right.
I'd be burning my strikes so fast.
Well, that's what. That's the
what do
thing.
I gotta do to earn a
keeps
strike?
No, it keeps you in line. It keeps you up to date, right? Because it keeps you like track of like, oh man, I've already parked outside the lines twice this year. If your grandmother calls you on Easter and is like, hey, my wristband just lit up. You guys are at 2 strikes already. If I don't make it to, I've got plans this 4th of July. Okay. If you guys don't shape up, you're out of the whip.
I don't think you think
I think
about
I'd be
how
like,
awful
oh
my
man, I got to put
grandparents
my
are.
shopping cart back. Meemaw.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, there's not a chance in hell that the people that don't know how to zipper merge care about their grandparents. They don't care.
But that's just it. It's your oldest living relative. So if say you had 2 rough years and we took out your last 2 grandparents, well now it
Now you're
goes
talking
down to
about
mom and dad.
Yeah.
And then you work through those, say you're an orphan, it gets to you.
Wow.
You are your oldest living relative at some point. You know what I mean?
I guarantee you I will not be the oldest living relative ever in my family. That's
Yeah, I'd take that bet on him.
Yeah.
He's not making it. What
I'm
are
not.
you? 37?
yeah, 30,
Yeah,
38,
37.
38, 38.
You might make it to 40.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, on my calendar it's circled
Yeah,
at
man.
41. But
You got
like,
a couple
it's-
years in you, man. Don't worry. Hey.
I'm
He's like
kidding.
he's like a recliner. It's like, we can get 5 more years out of you, man. Like, what are you talking about? We'll just take it a little easy. Don't pull the handle too hard, you know. Like, be careful when you plop down after work, but you'll make it. You'll make it. No more smoking, all right?
That's the
Smoking
thing.
on the
Is
chair.
my son's 11. I'm 7 years away from all the smoking. I can't wait to smoke cigarettes again once he's like an adult. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, like,
that's what you're counting. I was like, why? What?
Yeah,
in 11 years,
Once
what-
he's an adult and he's taken care of, like, bring me all the carcinogens, everything. Like, I'm good.
I was like, when you're 59, you're gonna start like I
Yeah,
didn't. I
it's
didn't
so
weird.
that
It's
math
never
was like.
heard.
If
It's
you're
the weirdest.
if you're in your 50s, like, start doing all the things. Like, what does it matter at that point? Like, what is it gonna? It's gonna take 18, 20 years.
I
for
feel
it
like
to
your
actually-
math is off.
Yeah, I do
Again,
too.
in
Luther's
theory,
theory,
would,
yeah.
I
We
would
did-
say 70s. If you're in your 70s, why not?
Nailed
But
it.
you're not going to enjoy it in your 70s.
I don't
I
think you
disagree.
know. I just read recently that the STD rate in old folks' homes is through the roof. It's the
Astronomical.
highest. Is
Like-
it? So don't tell me what I will and won't enjoy in my 70s. Sir. All right.
Here's the thing: if you could guarantee my wife was going to die before me, then
I mean, I think somebody probably could guarantee that.
I mean, I was about to say, Ryan, we could talk
much?
afterwards, and just kidding.
I like
no one that knows you would ever.
Yeah,
I like that you're Barry in this.
Barry. Yeah. Instead
of becoming an actor, you wanted to become a stand-up who does a podcast and then also murder people.
I mean, I am just absolutely dead inside. I talked about this the other day. Is that one of my buddies he just had a baby actually, and he was like, "So what was it like when you held the baby for the first time?" And my wife was like, I was just thinking about like, how could something so pure and innocent and just good be in this world, and it makes me so happy. And I was like, I was thinking, I'll nuke a refugee camp for this kid. You know what I mean? Like instantly was just like, there's nothing I wouldn't. I would drown 1,000 puppies for you.
Yeah, 100%.
You are.
Say the word.
Yeah, just say the word, and I would just.
It's that, and then you also go like, fuck. I also have to make money to make sure you.
Yeah, and then immediately like
feed for you and all that. Yeah.
Oh, I have to keep you alive.
Yeah,
oh no, what do I do?
Yeah, it's the. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would murder everybody. Yeah, there's
that-
days where I think about somebody hurting my kid. I'm like, oh, I can't. I would.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Like, oh man, what I would do to somebody who hurt my child would be bad. It'd be real bad, and I'd enjoy it. And I'd smoke a cigarette while I was doing it.
It's just you at the end of.
As long as he's abusing Carter at whatever,
I
20
just
years from now.
I just picture Ryan at the end of Reservoir Dogs, like in a tie, and he's like dancing with a switchblade, and there's a guy tied to a chair, and he's just like, so.
Except it's not a guy; it's a 7-year-old kid who picked on Carter.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, all right.
All right.
We're gonna edit shit out. Jesus Christ, Corey.
And
This is
clap.
good thing we're fucking doing this now, so we know what we can not say.
He did say that
You can
before
edit
we
these things?
started. He goes, hey, just so you know, I've never done a podcast before, so I don't know if there's anything I shouldn't say. And I was like, no, you're good, man. And
he's got like a real job. Like he's got something that's.
Do you want to hear what I do for a living? This might tie it all. You cut all of this. I'm an attorney.
the way you said that, I was like,
No one else is going to want to hear this.
You're going to want to cut
do
off.
I want to know?
I'm an assassin. I'm an attorney for Child Protective Services in Illinois, so I get to make those jokes.
So it's your fault. Okay.
my fault.
He sees the worst shit every day.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
That sounds like that's one of those jobs where you get into it and you're like, I can't wait to help people, and I'm gonna do. And then every day is just the worst possible thing you can imagine, and just be like.
That's where our shared you talk about being dead inside. That's our shared, like being a foster parent, him doing that shit.
Do you ever wake up and you're like, are there any good parents left?
Well, it's all just things I keep in my back pocket to tell my kids. And I never can, but it's all back there. I'm like, the first time that kid says something stupid, I'm gonna go, you know what? I've got some stories for you. Like this is what you could be living in.
You could just drive them around and point at houses and be like, well, this family. Let me tell you about it.
There's another house you can't play at,
Yeah.
and there's another house you can't play at.
Are we still in the we're just cutting this shit zone? Because
I mean, so far we haven't said anything too.
I don't care. I just don't think it's.
it's not funny. Yeah, this is. Never mind. Let's move.
But if you
forward.
want to get together and do a podcast where we just make people sad as hell for
I mean, hey.
I've got 3 spaces for podcasts.
You get to
opening.
tell all your military stories. We get to tell.
Yeah, the darkest. Welcome to the darkest podcast.
Yeah, the podcast. No
If you
more.
can make it through this podcast without feeling dead inside, yeah.
We'll invite Sam Vining, who used to clean up crime scenes.
Did he really?
Yeah, he used to clean up
That makes so much sense. Oh, he told me that before.
yeah, he.
Also, by the way, Sam Vining and this guy's dads are the 2 hottest dads I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
hot dad.
yeah, he is top tier. Top tier. I mean, he's.
You give him a number.
I don't know if he would appreciate me giving his actual age out, but he is.
No. You give him my phone number. So that maybe we could text or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, he might. You never know.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot.
It's 2 different times though, because his dad's kind of has a boat, looks good, kind of thing, and Sam Vining's dad is just
Right.
like white trash.
I don't know where you got has a boat because he definitely does not have. I showed you a picture of my dad on a boat, And I think you were like, that's his. That's probably his.
100%. I looked at him. I was like, this guy knows how to
No.
make money. This guy knows how to fucking make money.
No, we rented. I think we were in Colorado, and we had we spent a day on a lake with like a guided tour. And Ryan's like, this guy owns. How many boats does he have? Okay,
I've been thinking about him a lot, and
no, but he is. I mean,
Sam Vining's dad. I met him the other day. Actually, he is like.
I met him too, and he is like veiny bicep muscles. But he's kind of a bro. Sorry, Sam, but he's like a bro dad.
He would smoke
You know?
a cigarette with you after sex, though, for sure.
Well,
Wait, what?
Well, I smoke cigarettes with him. That's all I know. I was just,
once Carter's
Did you
fully
say
grown,
he would?
Ryan's gonna be.
He would smoke a cigarette with you after sex?
I think so. I think he would fuck you real nice, and then he'd have a
Oh my
cigarette.
gosh!
Real nice.
Real nice.
Real nice.
I don't know. Anyway, the best.
And clap.
Hey,
All right.
well, hold on before you clap again. Has you having a hot dad ever gotten you into a weird situation?
I had a girlfriend in junior high who pointed out very loudly one time, your dad's in a lot better shape than you are. And that pretty much ruined my life for probably like 2-3 years after that. I was like,
that is tough to hear.
awesome.
That's going to rattle
junior
around
high,
the old noggin for a
awesome.
while, yeah. The most awkward years of your life, and you get that.
Yeah.
Like now, I go like, well, okay, just think of him. Problem solved.
I'll be that someday. This is an investment. All right? It's up to you to get me there. Those are my genetics. That's in there somewhere, but you have to bring it out, okay? I'm a diamond in the rough, baby. You got to chisel away at the jiggly parts to get the sculpture, all right? That's what I need. Yeah, that's what I needed out of my junior high girlfriend. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I tried not to let it, but I wore a lot of wife beaters after that. Let me just put it that way. I never want to be too far away from an undershirt, you know? That's kind of how it goes. Just to keep things on the even keel. Okay. I didn't know that was a fun thing. It's just my body dysmorphia.
It's a good visual.
Yeah. Never too far away from an undershirt, you know? Right. I always want to have one more extra layer just in case.
You have a son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the conversation you have to have with your kid at some point. Like, dude, you need to always have one of those on. Lots of deodorant. Wear a shirt, extra shirt underneath.
Luckily, so he's not there yet. He's only 9, but he's I don't know. He's always like he has the most energy of any human I've ever seen in my entire life, and he can just run and jump and. He's like, Dad, watch how many push-ups I can do. And then he like...
So it skips a generation, is what you're saying.
No, I still do it. I have been more and more active. I was super depressed like all last year. And starting this year, we talked about it a little bit out there, but like I've made some rules, I'm cutting back. I'm trying to get back into shape. And it's slowly working. So every time I've ever lost weight before, it's like, how much weight can I lose in the next 2 months? It'd be like set like a goal for like 90 pounds.
What? That's insane.
And I would do it. That's the thing. I would do it, and I would
90 pounds.
Yeah. So when I started comedy,
Christ.
I went from.
You're trying to be a model,
I went from 310 to 320. Well, 325 or 310 to 225, and in 3 months. Damn. And then, of course, as soon as I stopped killing myself, it started to come back.
Yeah, it's not a sustainable
way. Yeah, and so the last like year and a half, I've just been spiraling.
The problem is if you have shitty friends like this around every once in a while, you're like, well, I'm not as bad as that, right? And then one of us will get in better shape. And
that's
like, shit, Corey's getting his life together. I guess I should try a little bit.
Well, like we said, comedy is the absolute word. Because it's like, hey, do you want to stay up till 2 a.m. and eat a meal and then go to bed and not do anything active with your life?
All right.
Okay, best product slogan. You got a couple examples of I know they're hard to read.
Ooh,
so it's like Nike, just do it. KFC, it's finger looking good.
Taste the rainbow is just a motto I live by, and it also happens to be.
Yep, top tier.
Yeah.
Taste the rainbow is fantastic.
Taste the rainbow's good.
I like a slogan that you can use out of context and get a laugh from it. So for a long time, like one of my absolute favorite things to do is to lock the windows in the car and then rip a fart in front of like my family, and when they all start to like,
you get what the City Dads pod is about. You get it.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, have you ever done this? Favorite line after someone makes a smell, right? When somebody starts to complain about it, you just look them dead in the eyes and be like, "That's the power of Pine Sol, baby."
That's pretty
My
good.
favorite thing
good.
to say, because they're like, "What? What does that mean?" Because first of all, that commercial hasn't even been on TV in 15 years, right? And my wife's the only one that gets
And
it.
you have to say it like a sassy black lady.
Yes, you have to sell it. You have to commit to the bit.
That's
You
the
can't.
power
You
of
can't.
Pine Sol, baby.
That's the power of Pine Sol, baby.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a fun time for me. That's just one of those little dad moments. That and calling Billie Eyelash, because my 16-year-old daughter will like, Dad, you know it's not.
I call Vidya games. I say Vidya games a lot.
Vidya games? That's a yeah.
And Game Boy. He's got a Switch and it's always a Game Boy.
My daughter's named Lydia, and I will call her Lydia all the time. Yeah,
Lydia
May.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, man, best product slogan. I just do it. It stands out. That's
I have pointed out before that
like
just,
a rock.
Yeah.
Chevy.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Got Milk was always.
Got Milk was
Milk was
big.
good.
Man, Got Milk. They really
Got
crushed
Milk.
it on that one, huh?
That's the thing that's like
So simple.
so simple, and the amount it was shoved down our throats in the 90s.
Because
Milk
it was
or
government, right? It wasn't this big government too. Like we didn't. There were dairy subsidies. Like they were making us eat cheese and milk.
we get it.
Oh, you think
Yeah.
Big Dairy
This
was
is
in
a
charge?
conspiracy theory podcast, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That is one of the questions. What's the best conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Because everybody's got their
boy.
favorite
How
one.
much time you got?
Yeah, everybody's got their favorite one. One of the ones that I heard recently that I think is probably my favorite as of right now is someone showed me a video the other day, and they said, you know that Donald Trump is Elvis, right? And it was a video breaking down all the facial features, and I was like, I just sat there for 10 minutes and like, this is the most interesting conversation I've had all week.
So my two are birds aren't real and Jews control the weather. Those are my favorite two conspiracy theories. That's like the best two. The lasers, you know, like
The Jew
Plot.
lasers.
Okay, so plot twist: Jews control the birds.
yeah,
Jews
maybe
There you go.
Lasers.
Or birds control the Jews.
Whoa.
Yeah. Has anybody thought to negotiate peace in Palestine with the Robins? I don't think so. Maybe that's what's wrong.
Send a couple of those bald eagles over.
Yeah. Ooh.
Finger looking's good.
That is
I'm trying to think of ones like-
so descriptive though.
So
that is
that's good stuff, Maynard. That's a really old one. That was something my dad used to always say. I think it was like about a bean commercial. Like it was like about like baked beans. That's good stuff, Maynard. I don't know. That's a very
what was Bush's the secret family recipe or whatever, and the dog was always
the dog
trying
was
to
always
say,
in it, yeah.
Man, R.I.P. Hank.
Well, what's
I think
like
that's
what's
what
like
it
any? Do you guys remember any like local TV ads? Like I remember like Becky the Carpet.
Becky
lady,
the Carpet.
But I don't remember.
See,
what-
we didn't get Becky the Carpet Lady, and I didn't realize it was such a cultural phenomenon up
In
here in
St.
St.
Louis,
Louis.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the home loan expert? Ryan Kelly.
Ryan Kelly.
Kelly's.
Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. It's pretty good.
I don't know that he has a slogan, but I mean, he's on like every 3 minutes. He's on for 30 seconds, whatever channel you happen to be watching. So
Yeah, no, that's Becky the Carpet Lady was a like again. That's the thing. Like kids today, like miss out on commercials. Like they don't.
Yeah.
Like they get YouTube ads, but like it's just but you can skip and then you're done.
I know.
And it's like you're like no, you had to sit.
I remember
through-
my children asking what they were. Like what is this?
Yeah.
These are commercials, kids.
Well, also like it's just the local spots were the best because they were just such low production quality.
You know what's
and,
terrible? It's terrible because my kids have a structured settlement and they have no idea who to call. All right.
JD Wentworth.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
It's
a good
my
one.
money and I want it now.
Yeah.
That may be
It's-
the leader.
and they don't know how to get it. They don't. It's absolutely insane.
Terrible.
Yeah.
What a travesty.
I don't. I'm trying to think like what. See, because of where I grew up, any local TV ad probably wouldn't be up here. You know.
What was
it
it
would
though? Like what were some of the ones that
just
you-
a lot of. I remember a lot of car ads.
Where'd you grow up?
Cape Girardeau.
Okay.
And everybody was, yeah. The only two things people know about Cape Girardeau are Southeast Missouri State University, SEMO, and Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, is he from there?
Yeah, that's his hometown.
I actually didn't know that. But SEMO was the STD capital of the world for a while.
Was it?
I want to say fact check that also. But yeah, we'll go with that.
You know what? Let's just claim it.
Yeah.
We're number one.
It's a real thing.
We're number one. Yeah.
It wasn't SEMO then though. Hasn't it been through a few names maybe?
No, well, so it's always been SEMO.
No, the
but
other one, Missouri State.
They used to be the Indians, and now they are the Red Hawks.
All right. So speaking of that, my kid is going to go to a high school, and the mascot is the Midgets.
Well, so guys, just remember, go to Illinois every day at like 3:30. You could just get Ryan's kid. So anyway, what?
Fuck, sorry. Yeah,
I've said his name like 3 times on the podcast.
Yeah. What's his favorite things? If you got some Sour Patch Kids, he's yours.
Yeah, just call it.
What's his date of birth?
Yeah.
But no,
just call out William a couple times. He'll come running.
It is so the mascot is the Midgets, and it's the most offensive like drawing of a little person.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And it's like it's so funny. And there's a news article about it from like 2005 where they interviewed. There was like 5 little people who showed up to protest, and then they're asked like the townspeople about it.
They're out there with Post-it notes on toothpicks.
Yeah,
Counts for 2.5 real people.
Yeah, and they're like
they were in a trench coat.
Little rascal style.
Yeah.
But they asked everybody in town. They're like, they're like, this is offensive. They're like, yeah, we get it. They're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. Like, it's fine.
So there's a high school very close to where I grew up, and their mascot is the Indians. And a couple years ago, they were like, hey, should we change the name? And then put out a poll of like, what should we change the name to? And somebody suggested Injuns. IN''JINS. And it was like, nope, that's the step in the wrong direction. We're gonna try again in a couple years, guys. Whoops.
That was a poll, and Engines won in a landslide.
Yeah, like a landslide. It was like, oh yeah, this is the one.
Southeast Missouri. Yeah, no, that's gonna win.
Yeah. Best on-screen death.
Oh, you got the kid from the Keanu Reeves movie.
Hardball.
Yeah.
G-Baby.
Jesus Christ.
G-Baby.
Going to the ship.
You could have put.
They're
Fox
going to the ship.
Oh my God.
Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound is the
So
other one you
Fox
could
and
have
the
put up
Hound,
there.
I don't believe counts as an on-screen death. It just is a sad moment because they leave them behind in the woods. I don't think anyone. No. The Hound does die at the end, doesn't he?
Somebody.
Because he gets shot on accident, right?
Yeah.
The farmer is hunting the fox and shoots the hound on accident.
Fox and the Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, Fox and the Hound. He does. Yeah, and it's like this. I remember seeing that movie at the age of 6 and like just bawling. Like, it's the saddest movie. Best on
King Jeffrey. These are solid.
Yeah.
Screen like
the See, that's
forest,
just it.
The forest of whatever, never-ending sadness.
The Swamp of Sadness.
Swamp of Sadness. Oh my god.
Yeah, Artrax
that
the
messed
horse.
me up as a kid.
Oh yeah, the whole point.
Shouldn't show that to children.
The last scene where like just the horse's head is above the water and he's pulling and he just goes, "You have to try, you stupid horse!"
Right.
Like that. And the horse is like,
I don't know that movie.
You've never seen the Never-Ending Story?
Oh no, I never got through it.
Anyway, we'll just take a few beats.
Why don't you take a lap, Ryan? He just leaves.
We watched it recently with my children, a year ago, and they're like, "What is this?" And trying to explain that scene to young children, like, he just died of sadness. Kids,
he just died of sadness, and it's going to happen to all of your friends. That's what I like to follow it up with.
Right.
I've already picked out the kids in your class that are.
You know, another one is the Simon Birch.
Oh,
sad. Because there's 2. Because there's the
mom,
the mom at the beginning, which is and then Simon Birch himself.
Man, he hit a dinger though, right into the
temple. He got to do it. It was nice.
And then
she was a super hot mom.
Yeah,
we're going back to the best mom question. Yeah, it's
And they went to protest at your high school, right?
I'm just staring at G-Baby. Like, it's just so. That was.
Fucked up. It was such a. So the one down here, I don't know if you can tell what it is. It's the killer rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, I don't know if this qualifies as on-screen death because it's been a minute since I've seen it, but this is the one like mortality animated thing that has stuck with me for my entire life. Is I watched Futurama. I've seen probably every episode.
Okay.
And there's an episode, I think it's pretty famous at this point, where the dog. So Fry is frozen, whatever, 1,000 years. And there's that scene where his dog
waits outside for
every day until the dog dies. Oh my God. Yeah. Just even talking about it makes me so sad.
So then you're gonna put
depressed.
like My Dog Skip and Marley and Me and all that. Like that's the saddest shit. Yeah, that's
Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
Old
Yeah.
Yeller, where the red fern.
No,
Where the red fern grows.
Where the red fern grows destroyed me when we read it in like third grade.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's such a good book. It's such a good fucking
It's a great book.
It's a
So
great
many
book,
life
yeah.
lessons, but like I think that's third grade is probably too young, right, to be reading about like a
My son
guy
has to read
stuffing
it this year. Yeah,
the
yeah.
dog's intestines back into it.
Yeah,
That's what I
After
remember,
what
like,
was it? A bear attack or was it a
lion
mountain
or something?
lion?
Yeah,
I think it was
I think
a
mountain lion, yeah.
mountain lion took out old Dan and little Ann crawled onto the porch and died, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
terrible.
But yeah, so what's the movie? Princess Bride when Inigo Montoya kills.
Oh,
the guy.
yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
That's a funny death. That's a very funny death. It's very good.
Yes, promise me power.
Yeah.
Promise me everything I'd ever want.
Yeah, it's.
I want my father back, you son of a bitch.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. As far as best, it's not. These are just sad as shit. Jesus Christ.
Some of them aren't that bad though.
I mean, you weren't sad when King Jeffrey died.
Yeah.
No one was sad for that shit.
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
I've never seen a better
You don't-
child death.
It's not that great.
And part of the reason I haven't watched it is too many people are like, it's the best fucking show ever. I was like, fuck you.
No,
show. I don't
it's
wanna
like
know.
Breaking Bad, where it was it
Better-
started good, and then it got real old real
Better
quick.
Call Saul's so much better than Breaking
I
Bad.
haven't watched it.
Oh, it's great. It's good.
I just
Yeah.
Like the amount of titty intake in Game of Thrones is endearing. That's
nice.
It's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough to get you through it, in my opinion.
that's why I lost interest in Bluey. It was just like it was just not enough. I mean, it was like, come on.
Right.
You have 12 nipples. Show one of them.
That's
Come on,
That's
Chili.
the-
Let's see them, Chili.
The best.
Come
joke-
on, Chili. Let's go.
That's the best joke I've heard in so long. Is Spencer's joke of how many nipples does a dog have? I don't know. I get full after 4. It's the best fucking joke I've heard. I piss myself every time. I know it's coming. I'm like,
Is Spencer the
my sister's a cunt.
Yeah.
He's the Jeselnik style. God, I love him.
Oh, I think he's. I mean, no offense to Anthony Jeselnik. I know you're watching and you'll hear this. But, I think Spencer's a lot funnier than.
Spencer's maybe the best.
I think he's
so
one of the one comic that if somebody's like, hey, Spencer's on stage, I'm like, oh, I gotta go,
Yeah.
and I'll go in there just to watch and stuff because it's so
What is he gonna say, man?
funny.
And it's only
And, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's other comics that I love, to watch, but after a
Thank
while,
you, man. I appreciate
you're like,
that. That was nice.
yeah. No, especially out of this room. No, there are, but we all know there's times where you're like, hey, who's on stage right now? And they're like,
It's watching-
so and so, and it's like, okay, you want to go outside for a little bit?
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
when Spencer gets on the stage, it's not only like seeing because you want to laugh, but it's seeing the crowd. Like it's seeing the crowd like all of a sudden just shift into like, oh my god, he's murdering.
it's so funny
murders.
because
He
he's
murders.
so different than anyone else. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
different.
yeah,
To me, he's so different than anyone else. So it's like the whole show can be, the whole show will be like, traditional stand up where it's like normal guys going up, telling set up, punchline, whatever. And then he gets up there and he's so like out of left field and it's so funny. Well, all right, enough of.
Spencer's
Yeah.
dick.
That's
What's up,
the.
Spencer?
Best early 2000 comedy. That's a good one.
Hold on.
Sorry.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay, which one of these do you think would taste the best? We've got century-old eggs, we've got sheep brains, and we've got tarantulas and crickets. Which one do you think would taste the best?
Century old. 100?
Really? Yeah.
Is that what I'm just
yeah.
clarifying?
Yes,
That's what a
okay.
century
So
means, is 100.
here's the
Yeah,
thing.
you're-
I looked
yeah.
up the
I just
traditional
wanna
name
make
for
sure.
them. They're a Chinese delicacy. I looked up the traditional name for them, and I couldn't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. So we're just going to call them century-old eggs because I don't want to.
I would like you to try and do it
Like-
with an accent. please.
Yeah.
I mean,
What if I? That's the name. Just. All right, never mind. Clap.
I think.
Whoops.
I think sheep brains is what I would pick. Eggs that old of eggs. I don't like.
The texture of it, I couldn't do. I think that it's a jellified egg, and I can only imagine the smell.
The smell is what I just
And
thinking
the
about. The
texture
smell of
would
it
make
be-
me. It would completely overpower anything. I've had sheep brains before.
Have you really?
Yeah, they're kind of like the way they were prepared was kind of like mashed, like almost like a what do you call it? Tartar? You know, where it's like raw or whatever. But it was still good. I mean, it was. It had a good flavor to it, whatever seasonings they put on it. And I've had crickets. I haven't had tarantulas, but I've had crickets. They're not bad.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know which one of these things I'd eat, but I can confidently say they would every one of them would give me diarrhea.
I mean,
Nope, 100%. Every one of those foods is going to give me medical grade diarrhea.
I like how I tried to stick up for the foods. Like, no. Expand your palate, man. I guarantee you.
No. Here's the thing. I eat things that give me diarrhea all the time.
Well, yeah,
Every day.
of course. We all-
Yeah.
But you're not gonna eat cheese.
Right.
Yeah.
Troy, yeah, I
I
think.
think I'm picking eggs.
Are you
Really?
100 old?
100 years they took to prepare that food. How
the
good is that?
smell of
gonna
that
be?
thing
Well,
would be so gnarly.
It's crazy that it's kind of become like a popular delicacy.
Is it? I
Because
didn't know that's
imagine the supply and demand of that, where it's like you have to prep 100 years and be like,
that just sounds like somebody forgot about their eggs in the back of the fridge.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like out of they're like I got these eggs.
No, let's see if someone will pay like $500 to eat this
yeah.
thing.
Like,
it was right next to a bottle of Thousand Island dressing. Do you guys want that too? And it's like, no, but we'll take the eggs.
Yeah, we'll try the eggs. That seems Rocky ate eggs. So I mean, yeah, we'll try the fucking eggs. Yeah, I think the sheep brain would be the most palatable.
No, I can tell you from experience, crickets are just
I've had
crunchy
crickets,
and
yeah.
they're seasoned, and you can kind of trick yourself into be like, these are chips.
How do you feel about like raw oysters and stuff like that? Is that
I've had them before, and I was just like, okay, it's different. I didn't care really too much one way or the other. Like if I had to eat it again, I would.
I think the raw oysters for me is like I just like hot sauce. Is kind of what.
Yeah, I definitely had hot sauce on them.
I did the oyster half shell
Yeah.
horseradish hot sauce. I was drunk as shit. This is not something I eat. I almost
Oh my
puked
gosh,
everywhere
I can.
on
Yeah, I was about to say I can only imagine if that
it's
came
terrible.
up. Oh,
It was so bad.
that's probably like some type of nuclear threat. You know, like that's some type of dirty bomb. If you were to puke that up, like Jaeger, raw oyster,
I
horseradish,
was just like,
and
man,
hot
I'm
sauce,
gonna
like-
get this kicked out of here. You know?
Have you
Someone's gonna
have
clean
you
that
guys
up.
ever seen anybody drinking Jaeger in the middle of the day?
No.
It's just,
I'm
it's
from
so
Cape
easy.
Girardeau.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I was at I work in the restaurant industry, and I was at a place the other day, and this dude wasn't like drinking a Jaeger bomb. He was drinking a Jaeger bomb like in a pint. Like and it was
nice.
just like
Yeah,
it was
That's how you buy them from the gas station.
11:30.
if you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly bear, Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
You just look at it and you go like, what? Who hurt you?
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. No, do you remember that? You remember that song, Shot.
Shot.
Yeah, it came out. I think I was like,
Every corner kick for St. Louis City. Yeah. I'm here
well,
for the chance.
I tried to keep up with that song, do a
Oh,
shot every
Jesus
time they
Christ.
said it, and I did it with Jaeger.
Oh
I
my
did it
God.
with
You're alive?
Yeah. Well, I almost wasn't. It was the single where within.
Honestly, you served in the military. I'm more concerned about your life with that.
I think it definitely
The
that
most
did
harrowing story we've ever heard.
just about more damage than anything else. But I threw up in a fish tank afterwards, which was I don't know if
Which
you've
is
ever
food for the
I don't know if
fish.
you've ever
That was
done
nice
that,
of you, yeah.
but that will get you kicked out of a party so quickly.
And a red lobster. And
I don't know why the fish love it.
Yeah. They love it. I mean, they want to party too, right? No, but then I had to do it was right around Christmas time, so it was like the busiest shopping time of the year, and I worked at JCPenney, and I showed up to work the next day, and I was useless, obviously,
of course.
you know.
Yeah.
And my manager took one look at me and it just sighed and was like, "Just go stand in the candle section and help people if they come over there," because they knew that I was just like.
But also knowing if anybody was looking for candles out there, like, I'm not going over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
But I mean, I was sweating.
I was
It
gonna say
smelled
they won't smell the booze on you.
Well,
and the
that's
vanilla
just it.
bean.
And then, little did I think about, obviously, Jaeger has a certain smell to it, right?
Death. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is very similar to peppermint. And I had to stand in the Christmas candle section for 6 hours and smell this. It was like a 13-hour shift, but after 6, I was like,
That may be-
guys, I'm dry heaving in the candles. Could somebody please? And they were like, just go to the pillow section. And so I went to the warehouse and I just sat on a pillow for like 25 minutes.
But here's the thing. It's also,
And then anytime they'd call, they'd be like, hey, we need a queen size Serta pillow to, the home department. And I would bring out the pillow and hand it to them and then go back and just sit on the pillows. It was bad.
That's rough. That is fucking a rough day. Jesus. Jaeger. Jaeger is just, that's the one I can't. I still do Rumple Mints. I can't do Jaeger.
I
gotta pee so bad.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, actually, we just hit an hour, so we can wrap it up there if you guys want.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, man.
We got to get to Funny Bone, right?
We do.
Yep. Real quick, plug your social medias and your podcast one more time.
Yeah, guys, literally, City Dads podcast, new podcast coming out. Going to be focused around St. Louis City SC. You got to see a preview of our nitwittery today. So going to be real sports talk. A lot of hot takes. And then Ryan Ballard comedy, if you would be great. And you can check me out this April 4th and 5th, Sneaky Burgers comedy, our Sneaky Burgers bar and burger joint, and Mississippi Culture in Staunton. We got amazing Kristen Toomey coming in town. So thank you guys. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
worries,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Seriously, thank
you
you.
guys
Thank you
come
so
back
much.
anytime. Do you plug your social real quick?
Go see Ryan.
Okay, go see Ryan. All right.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and see you next week. Bye.